James here, back with another video, and today I want to talk about LinkedIn strategy and how you can use LinkedIn to drive more leads to your business, to create a buzz around you as an individual, grow your personal brand, and also how you can use it to promote things like your podcast or any other projects that you've been working on. Now, LinkedIn is really interesting because it still maintains the most organic reach out of all of the social media platforms. When I say organic reach, I mean basically reaching people that you don't have to pay for. So nowadays, when you post on a Facebook page, they want you to sponsor that. They want you to push that content out as a paid piece of content to get it in front of more people. However, LinkedIn still offers more organic reach for free, which is really, really great, and that's what we're going to be diving into today's video. So today we're going to be covering off 3 important things. Make sure you watch to the end. Let's get cracking. Hey, so if you're new to this channel, I love creating content about things like audience growth. So if you find that sort of content useful, you might want to consider subscribing and turn on your notifications. Ping, so you always get updates when I push out content like this, and I'm releasing new videos every single Friday. So as I mentioned, in today's video, I want to talk about LinkedIn. I've been using LinkedIn to grow my personal brand for the past probably year, 18 months. And I've had tremendous results. I've got over 20,000 followers. I think I'm up to nearly 30,000 actually now. And it's a tremendously engaged group of people. Now, my kind of niche is I have a podcasting business, I have a radio business, and also have a platform that connects podcasters with guests. So it's really, really important, firstly, that you look at who you're trying to promote to and what sort of audience you want to build. Once you've done that, and I've kind of done other videos on how to define your audience, and we can kind of talk about that another day, but then it's down to actually strategy and execution. How do you make sure you're pushing out the right kinds of content, on the right kind of relevancy, and also on the right kind of time scale? So let's kick things off with time scales. You need to commit to a schedule that is going to be regular, that you can realistically adhere to. Now, it's quite difficult if you're kind of creating everything on your own. Sometimes it could be easier to perhaps hire a freelancer or get someone else involved to help you with content creation or making assets for LinkedIn, whether that's video or content such as like images. But ultimately, make sure that you're posting on a regular schedule. So that might be once a day. It could be twice a day or 3 times a day if you've got the time. I try and post at least 3 times a week. That's my strategy. So I will post different kinds of content on different days. So for example, I will often post short form videos. These might be 1 to 2 minutes long, and they are just quick tips that people can engage with. The key thing about these videos is that they have a call to action at the end. So that might be asking people to comment below with something, or it could be saying, go to this link and sign up to get a free report or download something else, so then you can get people on your email newsletter. Or they could be short videos promoting other content. So for example, I'm today actually going out and filming a bunch of short videos promoting a video that I recently recorded on my YouTube channel. So all of these short videos are going to be selling the idea that whoever's watching is then going to go and check out this YouTube video. So the first thing is define a schedule that you can stick to. So plan your week. Say maybe on a Monday you're going to be posting a video, on a Wednesday you're going to be posting a piece of written content, something to kind of get a bit of discussion going, and on a Friday you might be posting, say, a poll, for example. 3 different types of content, and you roll that out every single week. Stick to that strategy. So next up, I want to talk about how the engagement algorithm works on LinkedIn. And understanding this, I believe, is really crucial to ensuring that your content actually gets a continuous amount of traction. And also just having a good understanding of this can make the difference between content that works really well and content that doesn't work really well. And it's fundamentally this. Once you post a piece of content, doesn't matter if it's a post or a video or a PDF or an image or whatever it might be, the more people that hit that like button or they react to it, because now on LinkedIn you can do all sorts of things like Crack That or an idea bulb and this sort of stuff. The more people that react to that post and the more people that comment and engage with that post, the LinkedIn algorithm will identify that post as something of relevance and will then show it to more people. So it's kind of this snowball effect. So the first thing to do is, as I mentioned before, try and have something in that post that causes people to either react to it or to comment and kind of give their opinion. If you can do this, and you can do this in every single post you do, it will greatly impact your chances of success. And so basically, if you say comment below with your suggestion or answer, or pose a question to your audience, or ask them to promote something that they want to promote. So quite often, as I'm involved in the podcasting space, I'll say to people, put a link to your favorite podcast below. Normally people just put a link to their own podcast, which is totally cool with me. But the point is, the more people that do that, the more traction the post gets. And the benefit of this is then people start seeing it outside of your immediate network. And this is how you grow your follower base on LinkedIn. You don't want to just be showing your content to your connections. You want people who are perhaps connections of your connections, so the second degree connections, to be seeing your content because it's got traction, because it's getting that momentum. So the comments are really, really important. Also, don't just post and kind of be ignorant. You want to be engaging with people, because again, the more that you can engage with people, the more discussion you'll get going. And again, it's just going to help with that algorithm. So if someone comments with something particularly interesting, reply, just say, it could be as simple as just thanks for your opinion. Or it might be, well, that sounds great, but I disagree. Or it could be just, awesome, can you tell us some more? And just try and get some discussion going. Because again, the more discussion that LinkedIn sees on a thread of a post, the more momentum it will get, and the more people that will get exposure to that post within their feed. So discussions always really important, interactions very, very important. Those are simple principles that you can encourage, but it's all just down to how you compose your posts. Make sure that you're asking people to engage with your content. Okay, so my third tip is use LinkedIn as it's supposed to be used, as a networking tool. This can be as simple as connecting with people that are relevant to your audience. There's so many people who still don't have very many LinkedIn connections, okay? Having 50 or 100 LinkedIn connections who are perhaps recruiters that have added you, or they might be your immediate colleagues or your friends who work in other businesses, is fine. However, those people aren't really your audience. You need to think about who your audience is and then actively connect with as many of those people as possible. You can use tools to automate this, although they're not entirely approved by LinkedIn. I've been using something called Octopus CRM for the past year and a half. It's been working really well. I would say that if you try and make too many connection requests or abuse this, you do run the risk of losing your account, so you need to be really, really careful if you're going to be using one of these LinkedIn automation tools, but there are a bunch of them out there. They can really save you a lot of time and automate a lot of that kind of manual process of putting out connections. When you put a connection out to someone as well, don't just literally send her a connection request. Put a personalized message there. Give them a reason to want to connect with you. And there's different ways of doing this. The amount of connection requests that I receive, and it's just very generic. It's like, I saw that we were working in a similar industry and we thought we could connect. It doesn't really appeal to me. Immediately I'm thinking this person's just sending connections on bulk. But if someone says, I saw your profile, I thought it looked really interesting, and I want to follow your content, try and personalize the message so there's something in it that says to that other person receiving that request, this guy or girl sounds like there's someone who I'd want to connect with and want to network with. Once you've got connections, it's really important to try and leverage them. Start commenting on their posts, because I have found that the more I comment on other people's posts, quite often those people will then be the first to comment on my posts. So again, it's about networking. Use the messaging feature to interact with people and see if you can kind of build your network that way. So it could just be a case of sending useful stuff to people via direct message. That always goes down well if you've got like a free video or maybe a PDF that's going to be useful to your audience. Fire it across via a direct message. It feels more personal, and quite often people will respond, and we've won a ton of business that way as well, in terms of like our production contracts that we have working with corporate clients at podcast.co, and also lots and lots of guests and podcasters who have signed up to our platform matchmaker.fm. Tons and tons of those people have come through LinkedIn as a direct result of sending them a message, sending them that personalized connection request, or sending them a DM saying, hey, thought you found this product interesting, or we think we could work together, whatever it might be. But use LinkedIn as a networking tool. That's what it's designed there to do. If you've got a stagnant account that's just been sat there for years, has kind of like a CV, that's fantastic. But if you can actually start engaging with other people, using it as a networking tool and really viewing it as that, your results are going to skyrocket. So that is my strategy to LinkedIn. It's simple stuff. It's simple stuff that if you apply it and you're consistent with it, it will work. And as I mentioned, you can win lots of business using LinkedIn. You can grow an awesome community and you can meet some really fascinating people using the LinkedIn platform. I recommend it. I've been really doing this stuff consistently for 18 months. As I mentioned, I've grown my followers or subscribers or connections from something like maybe around about 1,000 when I started to over 20,000, well over 25,000 I think where we're at now. So, you know, and again, those are people that are really engaged, they're following my content, they're commenting, they're talking to me, and so a lot of those people have become customers, which is awesome. If you have any more suggestions, perhaps you've got your own strategy for LinkedIn, that's maybe something that I've not mentioned here, please let me know in the comments. Likewise, if you have any questions, always happy to take them. Comment below. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you around. Take care. Hey, before you go, let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm always posting interesting content like this over on my LinkedIn channel, and it'd be cool to hang out. So go to jamesm.com/connect, click on LinkedIn, send me a connection request. And once we're connected, send me a message, say you came over from this video, and I'll send you some cool things for free. Sound fair? Well, head to jamesm.com/connect and connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll see you over there.